shipped nationwide.
Hey, man, I had one of them earlier today. That's crazy. Shot as a 5-hour interview.
There you go. Get you fired up.
Mm-hmm.
That was, I thought, a really cool moment last night. That, I mean, for Bronny to score his first NBA basket here, and the crowd was awesome. You know, we're coming off 2 weeks ago where our fans were criticized for what happened with Deshaun Watson. And last night, I think our fans showed such greatness in themselves. I couldn't believe, like, the cheering for LeBron in the beginning, but then, like, chanting for Bronny to come in the game and going bananas.
That's why everybody
Like,
came
I
to
mean,
this game.
that was so cool.
That is like, man, listen, and sometimes we don't get it, man. We watching history, man.
Yeah.
Like, we watching something that's the cool thing about sports.
That's a trivia question right there.
Right. Like, every time we come to the game, there's something that may happen that we've never seen, that may never happen again.
Right.
So we get a chance to see LeBron James' son, who was running around in them same hallways, in them same locker rooms, come there, get his first bucket. His dad is there. They played in the same game together. And it's a good story, man. And it just goes to show you, if you're from Ohio and you're from Northeast Ohio, you always from Northeast Ohio. So, you know, people showed love, and it was a good. I got chills when he scored. Like,
It was really
like,
cool.
It was cool to see that.
I tell you what, I wonder, do you think it was a point of time in this draft that the Cavs really considered drafting him?
Oh, of course.
If they knew it could get, if they thought they had a chance to get LeBron back by drafting him, absolutely.
Well, I don't know about that part. But
Oh no, they called.
Right, yeah.
And said, "Hey, Rich Paul."
Yeah.
Now, if we was to go ahead, and he said, "Nah, dog. Nah, that's not working. We're not going with that one." So they was like, "So you know, that's how it works."
yeah, but it was definitely a cool thing, and I think our fans was really nice from the chanting. Every time somebody shot a bad shot, they was like chanting for Bronny, and it was to the point where it was like they had no choice. Like JJ had no choice but to put him in, like. Because these fans was gonna go crazy,
and it was a tough shot too.
That was tough. That was
he
tough
did it on,
shot.
I think he did it on Jalen Tyson.
That looked like a LeBron shot.
Yeah,
It was
right.
the LeBron
It was a
move,
LeBron
which
shot.
was made it even cooler.
You know, it was interesting that the crowd's going nuts. He makes the shot. He kept it cool.
Yeah, he did.
You didn't see anything on his face. But I was reading Jason Lloyd's article in The Athletic, and Bronny admitted after
something?
the game. Yeah. Well, he wrote a few things, but
Jason, shout out to you, man.
Hey, your pen, you done got your pen together?
Yeah, that's
Jason done picked the pen back up, boy.
and once a month. But Bronny,
Once a month. You
Bronny,
dirty. Shut up. This is why I don't mess with you.
Bronny admitted that he was super excited and that he was hearing and feeling all the cheers from the crowd, but he didn't want to let it show on the court. I get it, you know. But I know, I remember as a kid, or I don't know exactly, well, I was a teenager, whatever, when Ken Griffey Sr. played with Ken
I
Griffey
remember
Jr.
that too. Mm-hmm.
That was super cool.
Really.
And in that case, the junior was better.
Way better.
Now, hey, Ken Griffey Sr., by the way, was a hell of a player.
he was no slouch.
He was a good player. So this is different, obviously. Bronny's never going to be better than LeBron. But
Don't never say never.
it's mind-blowing if you think about, like, this is just crazy. This shouldn't happen.
Ever.
It's absurd that LeBron at 40 years old is still one of the top, 25 players? 30?
15.
Still top 15?
Yeah. And if you're talking for one game, he's top 5.
That's ludicrous.
I mean, he carried the Olympic
Most guys
team.
in the NBA that play to his age are just hanging on.
Dwayne Wade just got inducted to the Hall of Fame.
By the way, what happened to that
The statue's so bad. So bad. So.
Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I thought he said he was involved in the process.
He looked horrified. Did you see his face when they unveiled that? I thought he was going to cry.
Hey, you got to take that down. You got to take that down.
My God.
Like we
Gabriella Union would not have married that guy.
No, you got to
I'm
take
sure they gonna redo it because
Hey.
it's
Oh
so much.
my
It's so
God.
much backlash from it that
He, you know, to me, man, you know, it's a shame. It's a shame.
he looked horrified. They
Think about that squad that they had, McNuggets. With the Heat, Mario Chalmers been retired. I seen him on
Bosch retired.
Bosch retired like 2 years later.
What's his name? Still hangs around, but he just
Udonis Haslam is done.
he's finally done.
He retired, yes.
So
officially.
he waited.
Shane Battier.
Them dudes been finished. Norris Cole been done. The fact that LeBron James is still a top 15 type player, it's messed up. Is that the generations in the national media. And led by the Skip Baylesses of the world and all these other dudes. The Jordan versus LeBron commentary, I don't even engage in it no more because at this point they just being fans. Like you just being stands. Like you could just say I like.
There's a lot of national media members that like LeBron more. The younger guys.
I think it'll grow more and more. But the stuff he's doing is unthinkable. It's unthinkable.
Like, and by the way, if we're only judging based on championships, then really Bill Russell's the greatest player of all time.
Those are
if I'm playing a game for my life and I gotta win, I'm taking Michael Jordan every time. I'm sorry.
Maybe so, but if you ask, first of all, I'm kind of sick of the debate.
Taking Michael Jordan.
But if you ask me who's had a better NBA career, I would say LeBron James, and I don't think it's close.
Oh, he got every accolade. He got every stat except the ring.
Listen, it's easy for people to crap on LeBron. Because you could pick on him for changing teams and the way he changed the team, whatever. People can come up with whatever they want.
I don't care about. I keep it all to the court.
But what this guy has done and is still doing is it's insane. You can't be a top 15 player in basketball at 40 years old. That's crazy.
And you've been playing since you was 18.
Yeah,
I told you.
The only guy the only guy there's comparison with him is the guy whose all-time scoring record he broke, and that's Kareem.
And he broke that.
Kareem was really good into a late age.
Correct.
Not 40, I don't think.
I mean,
what is LeBron averaging this year?
This season?
Over 20.
22.
Like 22, 23 points per game.
But
I'll pull it
what's
up
like
the exact
rebounds,
numbers right
assists?
now.
What's his full, 3?
22, 5, and 7. Damn.
22.
He's averaging 21, 7, and 7 on 49% field goal shooting.
Ain't his career
What is this? Why these numbers
That was
different?
before yesterday's game.
Oh, okay.
Ain't his career like 28 and 7 and 7?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, that's insane to think about. It's remarkable. It feels like, everybody that was still mad, is over it,
I still don't understand why they was mad.
Yeah, I don't either.
It ain't nothing to be mad at that. You can't be mad at that man about nothing no more. After he delivered that championship, it was done.
Well, I'm not mad, but
I'm not saying
I
you.
can't
I'm
speak
just saying
for others.
I'm saying for others. There's nothing else.
At this point, no. He won
2016,
the only
it was
championship
done.
you've ever seen.
Yeah, it was done.
Hard to believe it's been 8 years already. More than 8 years.
And
that's how I feel about the 20 that trophy right there.
Yeah.
To me, the year that he I didn't think nothing. I said I'd never talk about him no more.
Yeah.
Is what he did in 2018 when
they fire sailed his whole team and he still went to the finals.
He went to the Boston Garden.
Yeah.
And beat them in a Game 7, and the Celtics was stacked, and he had Rodney Hood.
They fire sailed his whole team.
They had Rodney Hood and Larry Nance Jr. And
was that the Kyrie trade year?
Yeah, that was.
Rodney Hood still in the NBA?
No, no, bro. This dude and
Jordan Clarkson,
and he won Jordan. And in Game 1 against the greatest team I've ever seen in my life, the KD Warriors, what prime
J.R. Smith away.
Prime. The boy LeBron came in there and got 51.
Yeah,
like
insane.
13 and 18,
and almost had. It's
really,
it's George Hill's fault, but nobody wanted to say nothing about that.
By the way, last thing, Jason pointed this out in his article. 2 other quick things. One, the good job by the Cavs. They right in front of the Lakers locker room apparently put a picture of Bronny on the court celebrating the championship with J.R. Smith.
That's wild.
As a kid, of course, which is
crazy.
pretty cool. He was like 11 or whatever he was then.
That's crazy.
11 or 10, 12, I don't know. And then Jason also mentions at the end of his article, he's like, I don't know, I think maybe Bronny said that, Dad's got to stick around for Bryce.
No, he asked LeBron, is this your last time coming back to Cleveland?
Yeah.
And LeBron said, Bronny keeps telling me I got to stick around for Bryce.
Yeah.
So.
And then Jason's like, I think he's kidding. Maybe.
But
I don't know.
Bryce
is 2 years away. I don't know if he's he an NBA player?
Ain't Bryce a
He's
senior?
a lower ranked high school prospect than Bronny was.
Isn't Bryce a senior?
Say it again.
Isn't Bryce a senior this year?
Bryce
Yes.
would be a senior, so then Bryce is senior, then he has 1 year of college, and then if he came out. So.
Yeah. So it'd be 2 years. So it would be a similar situation to Bronny where he's getting a second-round pick.
Hey, bro.
If he wants to.
LeBron can definitely hang around.
LeBron's not going to drop off that much in 2 years. I don't think.
I mean,
he's gonna.
LeBron's dropping off would be him going from a great scorer to him just being one of the top point guards.
Now he
Facts.
did say
He can still dish the ball better than that. He passes
That's
better
true.
than about
Facts.
98% of the
crazy.
point guards in the league.
He would go Magic Johnson.
You know what?
Zach
I was
Brown.
just about to say he could become one of these guys that averages like 14 assists a game.
Yeah.
I bet you he could lead the league in assists if he wanted to, and he just if he scored
1,000%.
if he could score. He could do 15, 7 boards, and 13 assists.
Every night if he wants.
That's crazy.
And that's better than a lot of point guards.
He did say, I think to Jason, maybe to everybody, he didn't want to keep playing if he wasn't going to be really good or whatever. So I'm not sure where that line is for him. But I would imagine in 2 years, it's hard to believe he won't still be at least a top 30, 40 player.
After watching him this year in the Olympics and how
Yeah.
he carried that team,
Yeah.
I was
That's what I'm saying.
1,000%. He's still good.
He can turn it up. It's the 82 games that he may not be able to sustain that level.
But he said he playing every game this year.
Here and there.
And then next year, play every other game. Who cares?